On April 16th, I went to Miller Auditorium in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and saw Bob Dylan's Rough and Rowdy Ways tour. Bob Dylan was one of my favorite music artists, and when it was announced that Bob Dylan would be going back on tour, I was really excited. At one point, my most viewed video was a review of his biopic, A Complete Unknown. So let's talk about Bob Dylan's Rough and Rowdy Ways tour and how I liked it. Also, since filming isn't allowed in the tour, there isn't a lot of footage of it, so this video will primarily consist of pictures. In 2020, Bob Dylan released the album Rough and Rowdy Ways. Then, starting in 2021, the Rough and Rowdy Ways tour started. Throughout the entire tour, the setlist was ever-changing, with the only constant being that there was always a majority of songs from Rough and Rowdy Ways. Bob first announced the dates for his 2025 leg of the tour in late January. So now let's talk about the concert, starting with the setlist. The setlist for the concert I was at was I'll Be Your Baby Tonight, It Ain't Me Babe, I Contain Multitudes, False Prophet, When I Paint My Masterpiece, and Black Rider. Then it was followed by My Own Version of You, To Be Alone With You, Crossing the Rubicon, Desolation Row, Key West, Philosopher Pirate, and Watching the River Flow. Then It's All Over Now Baby Blue, I've Made Up My Mind, Mother of Muses, which was followed by an introduction of the band, then Goodbye Jimmy Reed, and finishing off the set list, Every Grain of Sand. I like the selection of songs. It helps that Rough and Rowdy Ways is one of my favorite Bob Dylan albums. I think he did a really good job balancing the classics with the new stuff. But how was the performance? Seeing Bob Dylan is an incredible experience. The atmosphere of the Rough and Rowdy Ways tour really helps with that. Also, the fact that he's still playing live. He's going to be turning 84 this year and he's still playing. It's amazing. Anyway, his voice obviously doesn't sound as good as it did on the album, but it's still really good. He also switches up how he sings some of the older songs. I saw someone online say that it's impossible to sing along to the songs. I didn't understand what he meant until I saw Bob playing the songs. My favorite performances were It's All Over Now Baby Blue and Desolation Row. I really liked his performances of Every Grain of Sand, Goodbye Jimmy Reed, and I've Made Up My Mind. The band sounded really good. Bob stayed at the piano the entire time, and we all cheered when he started playing his harmonica. By the time I released this video, the Rough and Rowdy Ways tour have ended. However, Bob Dylan is currently on the 2025 Outlaw Music Festival. I haven't been to the Outlaw tour, and I know it's a different atmosphere than the Rough and Rowdy Ways tour. Hopefully he will continue the Rough and Rowdy Ways tour next year, or be on a new solo tour. Also, here's my PSA for the video. If he continues his current rules for his next tour, don't record Bob, respect his rules, and just go there and enjoy the music. So if you're a fan of Bob Dylan, or are curious in seeing him, and you get the chance to, I highly recommend you do. It's truly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Bob's still got it, and you won't regret going to see him. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.